All right, what's up, everybody? We're back with more of Avernum Escape from the Pit. Here we are in the upper Slith Temple now. The Slitherikai are a very religious race. They have their own strange reptilian gods, and they worship them with great sincerity and fervor. This temple must be a very sacred place to them. The floor has been worn smooth by the passage of pilgrims through here, one after another, for centuries. You can see the crumbling remains of a sarcophagus, centuries old, surrounded by Slith bones. It waits to be restored. You start to quiver with greed at the thoughts of what treasures might be concealed in this place. You also wonder how powerful and numerous guards are. Oh, we got this far, haven't we? Prove your knowledge of spell domination. Clouds the mind of the target, potentially causing it to fight on your side. That charms them for 3 turns. Oops. Man, maybe we can get rid of some of these duplicate ones, actually sell them, because this is kind of taking up inventory space, honestly. I will still keep this one and maybe this one. Air one hasn't really done anything for me, though. Guess that. Air one hasn't really done much for me, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I do like the ensnaring wand. I think I can put on my own words at this point, so I have no problem selling those right now. That's a shower, not really. I think the rest of these I'm good with, though. And oh, Inferno worms, actually. They can definitely take ice damage. Alright, nice. We finally leveled up for Ariadne. Freaking Terrify effect. How come these enemies can resist the Terrify effect pretty well? Where I have to get rid of those wands now. My fighters keep like enduring it like every single time. Okay, you know what? Y'all can die. I mean, yeah, I do have the ability to snap them out of being terrified, but it is pretty tedious. Alright, let's go ahead and train since I have a moment. We'll level this up. That. Alright, that's another Inferno Worm, so we can use eyes. Freaking knockback. Well, that actually restored me up in full there. Nice. Okay, this is actually a good scroll, so I'm going to put that on. Yeah, I feel like some of the ones I had, like, stocked up, like Acid 1, Terror 1, stuff like this, isn't really that helpful. Like, some of this other stuff is, though. Like some of the stuff that actually has value could actually still be good. Ensnaring 1, I can still use. Yeah. That Terrify effect looks so iffy. Or at least it feels that way. another return life scroll. I'm at that point too, like I said, I don't even need the ward scrolls anymore, because I just put on a ward, no problem. I have enough spell points for that. So I think I'm good to just sell at least a few of them. Ooh, I needed spell barrier 3 to get rid of that. Interesting. Let me expect some more over here. Looks like that's good. You find several small prayer mats on the floor, surrounding a smooth, clear pool. The water seems pure, but tiny flames burn and dance across the surface. The mats are heavily worn, as if many Sliths have kneeled on them to wash and purify themselves. This is a huge domed cavern with a dark stone temple in the center. It is here the pilgrims come to make their sacrifices and observances, purified by a long walk. The Sliths must not generally be allowed to enter the stone temple. Most of their offerings and small shrines are spaced around the edge of the cavern. The temple itself must be reserved for only the most honored and powerful. Ooh, battle crystal. That might actually be handy. Put some iron greaves on him. enter the small hidden room, two Slith warriors step out of the shadows and attack you. Oh, did we interrupt something here, fellas? My bad. No, I didn't mean to skip the turn. Dag nabbit. Dag nabbit. Gain some energy back, so that's helpful. There is a heavy stone door set into this wall, and it's held shut by a large iron padlock. Fortunately, you suspect that one of your keys will open it. At last, you have reached the central shrine. It's not as impressive as you imagined. While there are plenty of cages, bloodstains, and other indicators of recent sacrifices, there is very little loot. The only thing you can see of value is a broken shard of sword, which is sitting on the black altar at the far end of the hall. You confront the high priestess of the Slith temple. The cultist is still very young, but raw power radiates off of her. She looks at the altar to make sure that the broken fragment of blade is still safely there. Then she points at you and hisses, "Priestess, Purus, commands you, destroy the intruders, avenge the lost." The priestess points at her target. "Be gone, human, leave this place. Space warps and you are elsewhere." What the heck? Get out of here with that mess. Alright, is there anything I can use to bless real quick? That's a poisoning thing? Oh, it's a freaking terrify effect. Dang, how was he able to hit that hard? First, let's do this. And then we'll unshackle mine. Okay, maybe that wasn't close enough to where I wanted it. But whatever. Dang, she can hit hard. Okay, that's a lava worm, so I better switch to ice. In the middle of this basalt altar, you see the broken blade of a sword. The pommel and tip have been broken off and taken elsewhere. The blade is covered with fine runes. We're just going to leave it alone for now because we're in a fight, so... That's some lava worms, still left. How the heck is she this strong, though? Okay. That is so annoying. You should only have the option to take it when you're able to. God. Dang, I forgot to unshackle mind. He is tough as hell. God. I feel like my fighters have the best chance of hitting because she is very resistant to magic. Of course, we have to kill some cave slimes before we can do anything. Well, that did not nearly have enough range. Are you kidding me? Okay, we almost got our beat. Come on. I don't care if the shade is immune. We deal as much damage as we can. Ooh, tough fight. Let's loot up real quick. Really that hard of a fight, and that's our reward, that simple necklace. That's not really too bad, but I feel like I have better ones. Whatever, we'll just go ahead and sell it. Sell that one, I mean. Sell this. Alright, take it. As you put the blade in your pack, the defenders of the temple finally catch up to you. You hear their approach outside. A small, heavily armed force has positioned itself outside the temple, waiting for you to emerge. Okay, well this was to be expected, but at least we got the next part of Demon Slayer here. Alright, looks like so far so good. But more are here. Whatever. We'll just dispose of them then. All right, so I like the undead, the whatever it was called, the spiral pit, I think. We're gonna have to fight our way out of here pretty much. And keep in mind that even though this game is text heavy, you are going to be in combat frequently. So once you accept that, you'll be fine. And nothing wrong with it either. I mean, I like turn-based combat anyway. before we... feel like we need to give her a little bit more. Or at least another potion. I did not mean to position her that close, though. Ooh, this one's actually has a name. Did not even realize. Kill that defender. Myrtle of Life, I will sell that. I can guarantee when we walk back out here, there's going to be even more. As you prepare to leave the temple, the Slith's sacred treasure safe in your pack, you listen carefully to make sure that none of them have set up an ambush. Fortunately, the foul lizard creatures have plenty of time while you are upstairs to range an ambush. You hear much loud and angry hissing to the east. Of course, the game's still going to troll us with combat, pretty much. I wonder if I can just vault out, though. Oh, thanks for actually knocking me back to where I wanted to go anyway, so. Appreciate that, friend. We actually got the second part of Demon Slayer because of that. Of course, the main quest we were going for was the Slith Assassin, but hey, we still killed two birds with one stone going for the second part of Demon Slayer. Now that I think about it too, let's head back to Almeria and go back to Star Cap for some training. Okay, the reason why I wanted to do that, we can increase our battle skills here. Alright, Mighty Blow. A melee attack that delivers a devastating blow to a vulnerable point on your foe, doing extra damage and knocking it back. You push yourself harder, seeking any advantage in battle. Increases your active points this round. Weaves an impenetrable wall with your blades, enabling you to decisively turn aside the attacks of your enemies. Okay, so now we have Adrenaline Rush, which is going to be very useful. Bevan is surprised to hear of your victory over the assassin Nerissa. Very good work for a mercenary. Actually helpful. Well done. As a reward, he gives you a very finely tailored jerkin of leather armor and a pouch of silver coin. Now that would only be more useful if we had an archer in our party, but we don't. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like these wands, honestly, that do like a certain effect aren't really that useful, but wands and scrolls that do like mass healing, mass curing are still very helpful. All these other ones aren't really that great, though, I don't think. Oh, we actually might get a stun with that, though. Yeah, let's go back to... Okay, I think we actually have enough money to go back to Starcap here and buy one more bit of training for Ariadne. Yep. Alright, you can only buy 2 levels in shops, but that's okay. Make sure I have both. We're eventually going to come back and get those for Noah and Beatrix as well. Because the thing about it is, they're also going to need Adrenaline Rush, but that's really all they need. They don't need these other ones. But yeah, glad to have more battle disciplines now. In the meantime, let's head back to Murtis real quick and get that last herb to Ether. And to get there fast, you have to go back to Silvar, because Murtis doesn't have a portal pylon, so we'll just take this route. Probably could have saved money to save the money and bought spells later, but that's okay. We are taking our time with this. Are you still looking for potion ingredients? Now, if you can use your new knowledge to bring me a sprig of mandrake, I'll be greatly in your debt. You have gained knowledge of cave lore. Okay, so we have a boost to cave lore now. We have mandrake? Yes, we do. You proudly present her with the sprig of mandrake. She grins. At last, now I can begin to make some truly powerful potions. In return for your help, I will give you a real reward. She teaches you much of what she has learned of the healing arts. This will be very helpful to you during doing first aid out on the road. Are you still looking for potion ingredients? Can I say you have done better than I ever thought you could? Now, though, I have no more need of ingredients. Thank you again for your help. So we have that quest cleared out. We still got quite a bit of exploring to do, though. But that boost to cave lore will help, and also first aid is underrated. That can actually prolong your stay in like dungeons significantly. Let's go back to Almeria. The nearby lake is surrounded by a dense cluster of farms, relatively unguarded compared to the heavy fortifications visible to the north. These crops are nowhere near as successful as on the farms you saw in the Eastern Gallery. For some reasons, mushrooms don't grow very well in the Great Cave, just well enough to make farming worthwhile and no more. This mushroom farm has set up a stand where they sell their goods. The food looks good and the prices are very reasonable. These hard-working farmers have set up a small booth to sell their wares. They don't just have food, but also some interesting plants found in the area. Okay. Castle North. This area has several farms clustered closely together for safety. Farmers and guards watch you closely as you pass. None of them want to trade with you. The sign says, oh, here's the castle. You find a heavily manned guard post, watching the road up to the castle. Fortunately, your reputation has gotten here before you. The guards grin at you and happily let you pass. You are at the north end of a gigantic stone outcropping on the edge of the plateau, commanding an awesome view of the Great Cave. At the southern edge of the plateau is an amazing sight. It is a full-fledged castle formed from gigantic slabs of stone. These massive blocks must have been called forth from the ground by pure magic. Guards watch from the parapets, and a drawbridge hangs open over a huge chasm. You are on a narrow, twisting path, leading its way up to the top of the plateau. In the distance to the south, you see a large spired stone building. This is the castle, the largest structure in Avernum, and the center of power for the small, beleaguered nation. From here, the wise King Micah does what he can to keep everything from falling apart. Alright, and with that taken care of, when we come back with the next part, we are going to finally explore the castle. So I'll see you all soon until then.